Okay, so we have a 1, 2, and a 3. I'm going to zoom in for us. Okay, so I know this is going to be super ooper disturbing for some of you. Okay, well, I'm looking at angles 1 and 2. Okay, so I've got my angles 1 and 2. It doesn't matter again where yours are at because you're going to do the same thing. Okay, but you are going to rip the corner of one off. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing with angle 2. Super painful, I'm sure. Okay. Some people have really struggled with this today, but why? Okay, we good? I know. Okay, so again, it does not matter if your one is on the right side or if it's on the left side, okay, but you're going to keep it on that side. So for mine is on the right side. Okay, if yours is on the left, that's fine. You're going to start with number 1, okay? And you're going to keep it on that side. Okay, so my 1 is on the right side. I'm going to keep it on the right side, but notice when it was lined up, this was the, scoot this up. This was the point of my angle, okay? So I'm taking the point of my angle 1, keeping it on the same side that it's on, okay? And I'm going to move the point up so that the point matches up with my angle 3. Okay, so it was on the right side. I keep it on the right side. I just match the point up. Good? Okay, now I'm doing the same thing with my angle 2. So my angle 2, this was the point of my angle. So that's the point that's going to match up with my angle 3 at the top. So I'm keeping it on that same side that it was on. Okay, just turning it so that it can match up with my angle 3. Good. So the points are all coming together at 3. We good? And again, our papers are ripped a little bit different, but still, regardless of how you ripped your paper, okay, when we put those all together, they make a straight line. What does a straight line add to equal? 180. Okay, keep that in mind. This is part of the activity for Wednesday. I just want to get this out of the way because we have a shortened bell schedule, okay? So I'm going to tell you where you're going to put this on the paper that you just got, okay? So the paper that you just got that looked like this, okay, you're going to flip it over to the back side. Okay, so on the back side, up at the top, let me zoom this back out. Okay, you're going to write this word because this is one of the definitions that you're going to look up. So you're going to write, and I don't care if I put mine in the middle, you can put yours off to the side. But it's the triangle sum theorem. We only have 4 vocab words for this section. We only have 4 vocab words for this section, okay? So I'm just telling you where the 4 are at. So this will be on page 171 when we get done here. Okay, this is in blue. Remember how our theorems are in blue when we get to the chapter. So you're just going to, and I think it's only one sentence from what I remember this morning. So you're going to write that one sentence, and then below that is where you will wind up taping your shape thing, okay? So you'll just take your thing and tape it below where you just wrote that theorem, okay? Not right now, just in just a minute, okay? And then below that, okay, so now listen carefully. Remember, in each one of our sections, we've done an activity. And then most of the time, there's more than one activity. This one only has one activity. And so when you get to that page, 171, you'll see it's in big yellow. It says activity, and it has all these steps that you go through, which we just did it. So down below it, number 6, in that activity box, when you open up that page, is a chart. Okay, and it's got like 1, 2, and 3, those numbers 1, 2, and 3. You're just going to copy that chart down below where you taped your thing. Okay, so you're going to have the theorem, which is like one sentence. You're going to tape this on it, and then below it, you're going to write that chart. Leave the chart blank, because that's what we're going to do together on Wednesday. Okay, I just want you to have it filled out, because so we don't have to wait on Wednesday for you to be drawing that and wasting class time. Okay, so that's it for the back. Okay, so flip over to the front. So on the front, up at the top, the definition in the book actually says parallel postulate, which is the exact same thing. It's just we're talking about the parallel lines, so I put parallel lines, okay? You don't need to write blue box. This was just for me to remind you that it's in a blue box. So it's on page 170. So just write next to that so you know where it's at, page 170. So what's in the blue box is what you're writing there, okay? And it'll say parallel postulate. I think there is only one blue box on that page. Okay, and then the last two are down at the bottom. Okay, so you have the remote interior angles and the exterior angle. Okay, so the first one, the remote interior, is on at page 876. You don't need to write glossary. It's just at the back of the book. 876 is where you'll find that definition. Okay, and then that last one's on page 174. Okay, so to go back through this, all that you're doing is on page 170, you're going to look up the blue box and it says parallel postulates. Write that definition out. Okay, then down at the bottom here, this one's in the glossary. Okay, this one's on page 174. And then on the back, you had a vocab word that's on page 171. It's in a blue box. You're going to tape your triangle on here and then just copy that chart, leave it blank. Okay, so that's it for the vocab for this section. So then when you're done with that, you are going to get on the calendar to get today's Mad Minute. So I told you this last semester, but second semester has oodles and oodles and oodles of algebra. Okay, so we've got to really get that back in our head to do well the second semester, because pretty much everything we're doing for the rest of the semester has to do with algebra. Okay, so today's Mad Minute is practicing factoring, because I think we're kind of struggling remembering the rules on that. So when you get into the calendar, there's an attachment for the Mad Minute. You'll just do on your own sheet of paper. But there's a separate attachment if you need it. Okay? So, and I'll show you. Let me stop this recording and I'll show you what it is.